Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 66 of the Seezus Show. It's been a long time. Wow, I took a break. Me and Trey took a break for a month, had a little mini hiatus. Just working on self-care, getting the mind right, making low-key moves that you will hear about in the foreseeable future. I'm keeping some things under the wraps right now. It's been a while, man. I've missed every Saturday/Sunday, prepping and recording, chatting up with Trey, chatting up with whoever, and just going through the whole process of everything. So I'm excited to be back. And one of the main reasons why I haven't recorded in a while was because Russ Sneak, the guy who is my engineer who made the actual intro/outro for the Seezus Show, showed me how to basically do everything. My file got corrupted when we recorded the episode 66. It's supposed to be featuring Mello coming back. And it got corrupted, and I was just waiting on him to come back from India, but I just want to take a break too as well. So I hit him up earlier this week. He helped me fix everything literally in 10 seconds. I was like, damn, I wish, we could have communicated, but the time zone was just so much different. I think it's like a 10-hour time zone between the United States and East Coast time and India as well too. But he's back. We're back. Everything's looking great. So, sure. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for my boy, my co-host, Trey.
Chill. You already know what's going on, and I have a poetry reading for you guys today. If you guys will bear with me, here we go. All right, here it goes. It goes, I put the new 4Gs on the G. I trap until the bloody bottoms is underneath. Because all my got it out the streets. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I'm about to start a pod now. Watch. I remember hitting the mall with the whole team. Now a ninja can't answer calls because I'm balling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke. Now I'm rich. And these ninjas are salty. Okay, all right. What's good, Seezus Show?
Hey,
What's good,
man.
fans?
What's up, man?
What's good, everybody?
How you been, bro? How you been?
Man, I've been pretty well, pretty blessed. I can't complain at all.
Even more drip now,
bro. Even more drip, bro. Isn't the drip God abundant in His drip when He gives the drip all the time? He may not be there when you want him, but He'll be there right on time with the drip, with the sauce. You know what I'm saying? I'm a proponent of the sauce. Sauce you can put in the refrigerator to last longer. The juicy sauce is going to spoil sometimes. So I got the sauce. So you got to keep it up like that. What's good with you, man? What's really good?
I mean, not much. You know what I'm saying? We already talked about it off air. Just working on low-key moves.
He got some moves coming up.
Yeah.
He got a few albums in the stash, bro. Bro, I'm back more ignorant than ever.
So just working on a couple moves. Obviously the holiday is about to pop up. My mom, I'm actually not going to be going to Orlando. My mom's actually going to be coming here.
That's awesome. To Richmond?
Williamsburg area.
Oh, Williamsburg.
Her job wants her out there until January the 1st, so she's in Williamsburg right now.
Hey, mom.
So, slowly getting my Christmas gifts right there for the fam and friends and whatnot. So, it's going to be interesting, man. So, without further ado, are you ready for the topics for today?
All
right. So before we get into the hot topics, it's still a topic. Just want to talk about it for 1 minute. Prayers going up to David Stern. Obviously, he is the former NBA commissioner, and he was hospitalized after a brain hemorrhage. For those of you guys who don't know what that is, it's a ruptured blood vessel that causes bleeding inside the brain. So prayers up to David Stern. He's changed the entire landscape of the NBA and made it what it is today. So hopefully everything goes, smoothly with him, and hopefully he has a speedy recovery as well too. All right, next topic, LeBron James. So LeBron partnered with Calm. So Calm is an app that essentially helps you improve mental fitness. So the Los Angeles Lakers has teamed up with the meditation and sleep app Calm to show people that mental fitness is just as important as physical fitness. So James will be James will voice an original audio content on the platform, and he's going to star in a new marketing campaign that will help, that will see him on TV, billboard, and radio ads. So He worked with the company to create Train Your Mind, a series of 10-minute segments focusing on mental fitness, covering topics including managing emotions, sleep, and maintaining balance. 5 episodes will be released Tuesday. In the Train Your Mind series, LeBron will offer wisdom, speaking as an athlete, a father, and a businessman. So he'll help you train your mind to be better at everything from teamwork to prepping for a game. The Calm co-founder Alex Tu says. And then they say after here, Calm, which became the first unicorn focusing on mental health in February after it raised $88 million at a $1 billion valuation, was founded by Acton Smith and Tu in 2012. Through the partnership, all students and staff at James I Promise School will receive access to the series, which has been folded into the curriculum, with designated class time devoted to mindfulness and emotional processing. So major ups to LeBron James, yet another power move. We're just in the era right now where, mental health is everything as well too. So it's pretty dope because, I've been reading a lot this year, and, with all these people that are successful, they sacrifice everything to get to where they need to be. And, when you're working out consistently, that's how you build up your muscles, and that's how you build up repetition and whatnot. So he's trying to use that same process, and trying to flip that with your mind, because at the end of the day, mind over matter every single time. So definitely recommend the app. It's a little pricey though. I actually downloaded the app the other day. I was like, LeBron, come on, bro. You want to see? So it's a 7-day free trial. Okay. So basically, they say, so how did you hear about it? You tell them about that, and then it's pretty dope as well too. But the jump is $69 for the year. I was like, damn, can we do like a monthly type of fee?
That's very tough.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's
in
pretty.
Retrospect, not crazy amount.
It's not crazy. I guess it's the upfront.
The upfront, yeah. It's like, can I front you the money?
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, if someone wants to bless me with a Christmas present, I'll definitely invest into that. You know what I'm saying? So, mental health is everything. Anything you want to add to it?
I think it's, again, LeBron James is the king on and off the court. He does a lot of stuff in different avenues. So you see him, he's been in entertainment, he's been in storytelling, he's been in kind of in a journalism kind of light as well as the whole when is Space Jam 2 coming out?
I think next year.
All right. Hey, even
summertime, I think.
Even that. No, LeBron's definitely getting the job done. Mental health's a huge thing, definitely when it comes to athletes and people in general. Everybody's going through something. How they handle it,
for sure.
How they internalize it, how they express it, it's all up to them. But sometimes you kind of need that release. Maybe you don't have somebody to talk to. We're in such a digital age where we always have our phone on us. So if a company can facilitate change and facilitate help in that way, that's always amazing. And definitely coming from an athlete standpoint, they say you say it's mind over matter. That's the recipe for success, but the recipe for a slave is matter over mind. That's body over mind. If you train the body more than you train the mind, keep the mind weak, that's a recipe for slavery. So I'm glad LeBron is pushing the envelope and always keeping the mind over matter, keeping that mental health game strong, because as long as we keep our mind over our body, we can do all things.
For sure. I definitely agree with that. You touched on all cylinders. So, guys, mind over matter every day. Just even if it's like for 1 minute, start off with 1 minute a day, to 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. Build that repetition, and you will see the results. I promise you that.
Take time to yourself. Take time to yourself.
Self-care is everything. Cha-cha. Next thing I want to talk about, Kawhi Leonard returning to the North. This past Wednesday, October the 11th, Kawhi returns to the North to face off against his former team, the Toronto Raptors. Obviously, to make a long story short, San Antonio Spurs won't rock with him because they thought he was BSing about his injury. He was like, nah, this joint is serious, bro. I can't play, bro. Then after that, they're like, all right, well, we're going to ship you all the way to another country on the East. We ain't going to let you go to L.A. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to be on standby, brother. He's like, all right, bro, I'm going to do that. Made him go to Toronto. And after that, the rest is history. He was on his load management, played about 3/4 of the season, ended up being the best player in the playoffs, and he took the Toronto Raptors to their first ever championship, which was very dope. One of the most historic finals runs in history. And he hit a game 7 dagger. That was the first time ever that's happened. So props to him, for dethroning 2 different dynasties. The LeBron James, Chris Bosh, D-Wade led dynasty with Miami Heat and Pat Riley, and also the dynasty of the Golden State Warriors. He is the ultimate slayer.
Do you attribute the dynasty killing to him on the Spurs?
No, I mean, it was a collective effort, but the fact he was Finals MVP and he had a guard LeBron James, even though LeBron still gave him like 26 points. Man, we don't talk about that.
Just wondering your reasoning. I had to make sure.
For sure. But yeah, he returned to the North. He received a super outstanding ovation from the fans. I did not hear any boos at all whenever he touched the ball. No boos, nothing. Like, they treat him like a god over there. And the tribute video is probably one of the best tribute videos I've seen. Obviously, it had him from when he arrived with the funny laugh up until everything, and then right there too, they literally had the lights where he dribbled to the corner and shot the ball in there, and they had the sound effects and everything. Like, that joint was crazy.
These visual effects are getting freaking crazy.
Oh, D, like
on a side note, do you see the
Ravens?
The Ravens joint? It looks crazy. It looks crazy.
I was texting Austin because Austin's a super Ravens fan, and I was like,
shout out Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's my MVP. But I was texting Austin. I was like, yo, I'm gonna come clean. Like, if I saw that Raven, I would probably be ducking right now.
Dog, that's just cold. Imagine all the drunk fans in like the building just.
I'm like, oh shoot.
No, that imagery joint is crazy. We're not even gonna go see artists no more. Like, artists are now gonna have like, it's gonna be one day that they do their concert at, and they're just gonna like rent out a whole bunch of venues at once, and then it's gonna be one where they're doing a live, and the rest is gonna be like hologram concerts. So
bro, you remember that Tupac joint from a couple years ago?
Yeah, it's OD. That's OD.
It was wild, bro.
And it's realer now. That Raven, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I get it, but it's just like, bruh, like, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. It reminds me of Mysterio and Spider-Man joint.
Yeah, dude. That was actually very OD.
Running a rat hole, but
yeah, for sure. But yeah, he returned to the North. They ended up blowing. It was a very good game the whole way through, and then out of nowhere, the Clippers were just like, all right, yo, F that. They won 112-92. Kawhi had 23 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and he got his ring. And it's funny, his ring, he had like a little middle finger on his chip ring, like saying F you and whatnot. But it was good, man. Do you think, like, just looking at that, I'm like, yo, like, obviously, like, I feel like to not get booed, you have to win a chip, or you have to be on that team for a long time, and then if you get traded by management, that's when they'll show you love. But like, why don't NBA players receive that recognition from fans more, like from fans majority of the time? Like, obviously, like,
because fans don't get it.
Fans don't get it. I mean, I get at the end of the day you're cheering your personal team, but like, someone's put that time, energy, and effort into your team, right? And at the same time, it's like, if you're an individual, let's say you're in a working environment, if I want to find a new opportunity and I want to go somewhere where I think they'll better myself, I'm going to take that leap of faith. And you can't really knock someone for, choosing their own path, choosing their own destiny. But like, speak on that.
It's only personal down to my enjoyment as a fan. Mm-hmm. It's not personalized, or as a fan, I don't grasp it, or I couldn't put myself in your shoes because you are my entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So it's not personalized beyond my entertainment. When you're the tool of such, then I'm not gonna worry about the tool. It's like me hammering a nail into something. Yeah. I'm not worried about the hammer. I'm worried about, is this going to work for me? So if the hammer decides to leave, you know what I'm saying? The hammer gets something like, hey, bro, I ain't doing this hammer no more. I'm out. I'm going to be pissed off at the hammer because for my functionality of the process, or my enjoyment of the process, I needed that hammer to be there. So, I mean, it's superficial. That's the way the game is. But in retrospect, if you're a fan and you're booing Kawhi Leonard, I'm not gonna call the fan trash, but you're missing the whole entire point of it, right? Mm-hmm. So and you're definitely not a fan of your franchise for that matter. I could see if he did it a little bit differently. I mean, we've had these conversations. What is loyalty? What is at the end of the day, it's a business, man. And I ain't a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Let me handle my business, man.
But we podding today. But no, shout out Hov. Hey, December 4th. December babies. But yeah, man. So Kawhi did it the best way possible. If you have any boo in your heart and you're trying to boo Kawhi, you should boo yourself. All right? Because that's trash, dog. Dude's cold. He's a class act. And yeah, I mean, it's just the part of sports. I mean, everybody's gonna do it. I'm gonna hate on some people just because it's my sheer duty as a fan to have that enjoyment and to have that ignorance. The NBA players, they're faced with a lot, and it's part of their job too, which probably it's a tough bargain, but at the same time, it's part of the job to just brush that off. You're gonna have people that just don't understand it. You're gonna be immortalized. You're gonna be the scapegoat for a lot of stuff. Whether you're great, the best player, whether you're the worst player, that's just how it happens. And Kawhi Leonard right now has been the best player. Not even gonna make the LeBron comparison or anything like that. That's all. But he's been the best player as far as winning some championships, getting the job done for some stuff, taking care of himself, and that's what comes with the territory. But booing that man, nah, bro. He deserved that ring. He deserved the ovation. He deserved how Toronto put on for him the other night, and how Kawhi, not Kawhi, but Kyle Lowry and the rest of the Raptors team received him. So hey,
Two things.
What's up?
One, this ain't funny. The second was funny. Mm-hmm. So one, sometimes I kind of think that NBA players kind of take it too personal, because at the end of the day, like you said, it's from a fan's point of view. So at the end of the day, you're repping your team, so they're gonna say some outlandish shit. But I think the fact that they did, spend several years there, made an impact with the community, made the franchise more relevant. Yeah. They kind of take it to heart. So I understand that. Two, I'm like, damn, DeMar DeRozan, like he gonna go there, he ain't gonna do none of that shit. They just gonna be like,
my whole life has changed since you ain't. I knew back then you hear this. So got the Tory Lanez run. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to DeMar DeRozan, man. But yeah, so with that being said, you think he made the right choice in coming home to LA?
Of course. Again, the biggest thing about him going to LA is him wanting to play in front of his friends and family and be somewhere he was super familiar. Mm-hmm. NBA players don't get that luxury, Definitely playing in Toronto. I think I'm not sure what I was looking at, but it was either an article or talking to somebody. But the biggest thing about Toronto is it's a great city, but the biggest thing is you really can't get your friends or family up there too much.
Custom is a mother lover, I heard, and it's cold over there.
It's cold, but the travel plans is just. It's 2 times the work as far as Kawhi's playing in LA, where he's from. So, all right, I'm getting my mom courtside. Cool. She's there every game. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, Mom, I'm going to fly you out for 2 home games that we have, and I'm not going to see you again for another few months. Or, my brothers, my cousins, my friends. Mm-hmm. So, it's a comfort kind of thing. He did what he had to do. He paid the piper up in Toronto. If even... I wouldn't be mad at him if he had left and they didn't win the championship. It'd be more of a discussion, but... Kawhi did what he had to do up in Toronto. He got his see you later pass, and I think the Raptors are as well off as they could be without him right now, and only going to get better if their GM is there to continue, which they better hold on to him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, that's what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, what could have been, if he stayed like a couple more years, because Pascal's getting better. Do you think PG is an actual better fit for him as opposed to Pascal Siakam?
Pascal Siakam is such a Swiss Army knife. We haven't even seen the best of Pascal Siakam. We've seen very good Pascal Siakam. I don't think we've seen the best of him, and he's like, it's weird because he's again a Swiss Army knife. He just does a lot of stuff for you, and you don't really know what he does super crazy. I mean, he runs the court, and he's a monster in transition, being at that length, and he figures out ways to finish that look like, when I'm watching film, they look like the regular finishes, but the dude's 6'9", 6'10", and he does it so effortlessly. But I think Kawhi is not Kawhi. I keep saying Kawhi. Shout out Kawhi Leonard. But PG is a more polished player, of course. But who knows? I mean, who's to say what Pascal Siakam? I think from a 1-2 end, I'll definitely take PG any day. And Kawhi set that up perfectly to get to the Clippers with him. But Pascal Siakam, whoever they bring in to go alongside him, because I know they're looking for that next Kawhi piece so they can always be contenders for the next years to come.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam is always gonna, I feel like, uphold his end of the bargain because he's only gonna get better. So
Okay. Cool. Moving on.
moving on.
Next thing I want to talk about is Dion Waiters, brother. The Heat suspended guard Dion Waiters for the third time this season. So the Miami Heat, according to ESPN news services, the Miami Heat have suspended guard Dion Waiters for the third time this season. They announced Thursday, this time for failure to adhere to team policies, violation of team rules, and continued insubordination. Waiters will have to sit until after December 23rd against the Utah Jazz. He had already been ruled out for Friday's game against the Los Angeles Lakers, which was a great game, by the way, because of illness, and will now miss 5 more games after that. The first game in which he can play is December 27th, post-Christmas, against the Indiana Pacers without Victor Oladipo. This latest suspension follows a 10-game ban he received in November for a conduct detrimental to the team after an incident on the team charter flight. Sources told ESPN he experienced a panic attack after consuming a THC-infused edible. League rules prohibit the use of THC, one of the main compounds in cannabis. I feel like Charlemagne. Waiters was also suspended for the team season opener in October for the detrimental conduct, although the team never disclosed the nature of his suspension. And then they said in a statement at the time, President Pat Riley said there were a number of unacceptable incidents this week, culminating with his unprofessional conduct on the bench last night. As a consequence, I feel we had to suspend him. Those previous 2 suspensions cost Waiters $917,000 in the salary. And then this latest suspension amounts to another $500K, bringing the total to over $1.4 million of his $12.1 million salary. So pretty crazy, man. It seems like he can't catch a break. I feel like there's a couple things that's we have to take into consideration. One, mental health. I think, at least from the outside in, obviously they only let you know what they want you to know. I feel like he's battling something right now. I don't really know what it is, but it just seems like he's just, if it's like the Matrix, you're gonna take this pill, you're gonna take that pill. He took the wrong pill, which in this case was the edible at first and foremost. But
Your pardon.
I think he just needs to, surround himself with the right people, and if he needs to talk to someone, definitely talk to someone, because mental health over everything. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty good player. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we thought he was gonna be a part of that, historic Cavs team, but he had to get traded to get Kevin Love over there as well too. So hopefully he can find his way back there, because he's a damn good player when he's on his P's and Q's. But I think it's that, and I think another reason why he was rowdy was, we know he's a good player, but at the same time, I think he was arguing over playing time.
Yeah.
I feel like right now the Heat are like, yo, you've been effing up, and we got this young town that we're building, and we really don't really need you. But it's crazy because they still owe him $12 million, and the fact that he's been doing this BS, there's really going to be no really trade value for him. So they're going to have to basically ride out, pay this guy, and then they're going to, after he's a free agent, we'll see what's next. But how do you feel about the whole Dion Waiters situation? And then after that, when his contract is over with the Miami Heat, do you see him realistically? Do you see a team investing into him, or do you think he's going to have to take his talents overseas or even the D-League? Shout out to ASOS.
First off, he's not going to play in the D-League. It's just not going to happen. Where do I start? First and foremost, I hope that whatever he's battling, that he comes out of it the victor, and that this is not a loss, but more of a lesson for future victories. You never know what people are going through at all, because it could just seem like a string of BS bullshit. It could be a string of this. You're like, man, why can't this person get together? When in reality, they're facing something. They're facing a habit. They're trying to break this, trying to break that. Maybe a trend or anything that might be going on in their life that they don't quite have a grasp on because they're in the pattern of such. with Dion Waiters right now. That's my preface because I don't want anything to be happening to the dude that it's really gonna affect his health and his family. But on the flip side of it, on the surface side of it, okay, it not making any sense. That's why me and SeaWorld like, yo, they're only gonna tell you what they want. Dion Waiters clearly doesn't have a PR team out there that's working for him, but the Miami Heat have Pat Riley. They have the big money. Cool, whatever. I don't. It's not making too much sense to me. The weed thing was funny. Yeah, like that. All right, this is your one mess up for the year. But you're digging yourself a bigger grave with definitely the blackballing. That's in any sport, dude. Definitely if you piss somebody off at the top. And Pat Riley's not one to piss off.
Nah,
he's not one to piss off.
I swear
he sits at the table.
Part of mob.
He sits at the table, dog. Pat Riley really sits at the table, like Irishman. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. What do you mean it is what it is? They said it is what it is.
It is what it is, fam.
Tell them that. Next few scenes, dude. You sleep with the fishes. He sleeps with the fishes. But he's just not somebody to piss off. And again, I said this a few podcasts ago. It might have been on the one we didn't get to.
Stay off the weed.
Stay off the weed for one. But elephants never forget, and the NBA is a big elephant with a lot of moving parts to it. So again, I'm hoping that Dion he can get this together so we can continue his basketball career in any capacity. But when they want to wash you aside, they want to brush you off, they will do. And he's our decent team, and they're only looking to build for the future at this point. So they might eat that $12 million, and they might keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So I want him to be able to play. I want him to get the best use of his time. I'm hoping whatever he's battling right now, whether it be ego to all the way to actual outside circumstances, that he gets better with it. So a little bit not of his a fun joking topic for me because now it's just persistent. It's the first thing is damn, you fucked up. And then the second time is damn, you really got a problem, dog. Third time is bruh, you don't have to get right or we're going to leave you. So shout out to Dion Waiters. Hopefully, everything comes into fruition. Everything good and successful comes into fruition because we don't want to see you out, bro.
Yeah. Prayers up. Get it together, brother man.
Lay off the weed, dog.
Brother man.
Or smoke the weed in your free time, not in the NBA time.
On your free time, and definitely don't take an edible on the plane. Stupid. Next thing I want to talk about is the 76ers, but more importantly, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. So Ben Simmons is not. He's still great. So I would say he's improved dramatically defensively. And my whole thing is with him and Joel Embiid is have you lost faith in Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and the 76ers? So if you look at the stats, this from last season, Ben Simmons averaged 17, 9, and 8. This season is dipped down to 14, 7, and 8, and he's shooting 59% from the free throw. And I just feel like he's not. We were so hyped up in all these videos in the offseason, seeing if he was going to shoot some more threes. He only attempted 2 threes in the span of 20-plus games. And it still seems like with the addition of Al Horford, it seems like when Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are on the floor actually isn't really spaced enough, and the paint is kind of clogged. So they kind of don't really look uniform as a whole together. And then Joel Embiid last season averaged 28, 14 and 4 assists, shot 48% from the field. And this season is dipped down to 23 points per game, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and he's even averaging last minutes as well too. It seems like he's been pretty banged up as well. And he got criticized by Shaq and Charles, owned his ownership, and he's been balling the last couple games. But are you? Yeah, that's my question for you. Are you still on the bandwagon for the 76ers? Do you think they're the favorites? Just tell me your insight about everything.
I'm breaking up with 76ers.
Breaking up?
I've had it. I've just had it. And it's not I'm not a shawty that's I'm breaking up with you, but I still got feelings for you, whatever like that. I've been there, done that. I'm a little bit older now. I'm a little bit wiser. And when it goes from I ain't feeling this, arguing every day because you arguing because you're passionate. Oh, we were arguing with the 76ers because we were passionate for a while.
Yeah.
Now it's just I'm going to protect my energy. I'm going to love me.
Mm-hmm.
You need to grow up.
Yeah.
You need to grow up, 76ers. You know, it's like you look at the landscape, you do a progress report, and it's like, damn, I wonder what's not working. I wonder why we haven't got from A to B to C to D like we should have. And it's not me. It's not me. It's you, the 76ers. It's you, Ben Simmons. 2 jump shots. I'm gonna do better. Two jump shots. I love
he's
this
built
team
like
though.
he's basically built like Giannis. Obviously, Giannis is more defined. And
He has a better shot, dog.
like what? Like what's going on? Why is he always this aggressive?
I would shoot the first 10 shots each game if I was Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I think that's what happened in the first quarter. He attempted like 6, 7 field goals. Everybody's like, "Oh, okay," but it's like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, for you guys to take it to the next level, you have to be aggressive on a nightly
He's a
basis.
ridiculous passer too.
Yeah.
So there's spurts where you could go, all right, for this 2-minute period, I'm just gonna go eat, and then thing is, bro, from a basketball player standpoint, stuff opens up when you're aggressive, and I don't. Maybe I'm being insensitive to. I'm ignorant to where they're falling off at, other than maybe Joel Embiid might not bring it each night, or maybe they say, oh, we lost by 10 points. Oh, that 10 points could have been Ben Simmons shooting, because from what I've seen, it looks like the bench is bringing it pretty well. It looks like the role players are kind of doing their job, but it's like what's really going to put them over the edge, and what's going to put them over the edge is the 2 young superstars being prolific.
Yeah.
And it's tough to say because they're a good team, but they don't have time to be a good team. The time is now. Yeah. The time is always now. The Celtics look freaking ridiculous. The Raptors haven't lost a beat. And after that, it's like you can really just insert yourself in there, 76ers, but they're not making a conservative effort too. And they're reminding me low key, dude, of Toronto a little bit.
Like from the past?
From a feeling, from a standpoint, from the past, from like the DeMar DeRozan in Toronto, was like we're not getting anywhere. Yeah, we're not getting anywhere. It's like, bro, everything is good. It's flashy.
Even like the Wizards with John Wall, they'll always get to the second round and then nothing happens.
And you know who doesn't? Because people don't usually have faith to blow it up, but we've seen in recent years that you gotta blow that thing up.
Yeah, and
excuse my terms. But,
my boy Drew was saying like, yo, they're like, yo, if the shit don't work out, don't be surprised if they trade Joel Embiid and just build around Ben Simmons and try to get like a player like a D'Angelo Russell, Kemba Walker type of player to go alongside with him. He said that may work in the long run. And
because Joel Embiid, as much of a force he is, it's not the basketball we're playing today. If you can get a utility big man and you can get a player that is gonna provide to be a catalyst for your team, yeah. All you need is somebody that's gonna do the dirty work for one. Maybe 1 or 2 are gonna do the dirty work. Which who's on the 76ers right now? Isn't it Al Horford? Al Horford. So they have Al Horford. They need one more guy that can back up Al Horford. Yeah. Then they need somebody that's gonna be an aggressive scorer. Yeah. That was their Jimmy Butler. But Joel Embiid, relying on him each year, it's not working, dude. I mean, I love Joel Embiid to death, but again, the style of basketball is dying. The big man style of basketball is dying. He's such a force, but you can get away without doing it. And Ben Simmons is such a catalyst for their offense. It's like, as long as he's there to dish the rock, if somebody's there to score, why not? Why not? So,
and you know what's crazy is like we say all this and like people forget they are second in the East right now.
Second in the East.
Like they're 20-7, and they're the 4th overall best team.
But it's still noise.
Thing
is, they're approaching Rockets territory, and not. From a metaphorical standpoint, they're approaching Rockets standpoint. It's not even going to mean anything until you get to the finals. Yeah. Eastern Conference Finals at least.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Eastern Conference Finals at least.
If they don't, then that sucks. It really does. Brooklyn Nets and Kyrie Irving. Right now, the Brooklyn Nets started off as one of the worst teams in the East, and now they're 7th in the East at 13-11. Kyrie Irving is still battling his shoulder impingement injury. Right shoulder impingement injury that's kept him out since November 14th. And basically, this is going to be his 15th missed game as well, too. Obviously, there's been some chatter the last couple weeks saying, yo, these guys are actually winning without Kyrie due to the style of play and his personality traits, his leadership traits as well, too. With that being said, do you think that when Kyrie Irving returns, they will essentially keep up with what they've been doing right now, or will they start to lose even more? Because if you look at the track record, sometimes he doesn't always affect teams in the best way. What do you think about that, Trey?
I think you have to play Kyrie because I mean it looks all good now, but we haven't really got to real meat of it. You know what I'm saying? I think Kyrie's gonna go leaps and bounds. Definitely when it gets to like playoff time, they look good. And you can put together some really good wins within the season and stuff like that. But I think to get over the hump, they're gonna need Kyrie Irving. Thing is, they're gonna have to figure out from a systematic standpoint how we want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Kyrie's gonna have to be open to like, all right, how can I assert myself but at the same time assert myself into winning basketball? Or that's better for my team, the most efficient thing for my team.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I could score 20 points a game, but if it's not super efficient for my team, I kind of have to compromise on that. Maybe I'll go 15 and 8 assists, but we're gonna score 100 points instead of me scoring 20 and we only scoring 70 points, and at risk of losing a game, or games. So it's gonna be like a figuring out kind of thing. Only thing is, we've kind of seen this movie before in a way. I said this the same thing with the Celtics. We didn't really hit on with the Cavs because he was playing alongside LeBron James, which is a totally different feel.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Celtics too, it's like, damn, this team can win. But all right, it's gonna be a balance of Kyrie's assertion and everything else. It's gonna not a compromise per se, but you have to attack it in a different light so you can get a different result. But we've seen this movie before, and who's to say that it's going to work out this time if it didn't work out with the Celtics in a great mind like Brad Stevens? Granted, Kevin Durant's not back yet. And we're still a good team. We haven't even talked about Kevin Durant. They're still a very good team, but this is going to be a telltale sign. I think if they can win a playoff series this year, that's a win. If they can do it with
against who?
Yeah, I'm saying. I don't know.
They ain't beat Miami. I mean, honestly, the way they're playing though, like
that'd be good.
If Kyrie comes back and they still have that fluidity,
that's what I'm saying.
They have some very good pieces, and they've been playoff tested before too, so they could win a series.
I'm saying it's going to be a win if they can win the playoff series, and if they can make the next series convincing,
or at least be competitive and go 7 games with someone.
I say you have to win a playoff series.
But the way it's looking like
for
now,
for Kawhi, for not Kawhi, but for I
Kyrie.
keep saying Kawhi. Jesus Christ, I don't know.
It's always on his mind. Thought I was. All right.
Stop it. Relax. Yeah. So I think if for Kyrie's sake and his brand, I'm sick of you. You have to win the playoff series. That's all.
For sure. Ain't looking too good right now because if shit ended today, they'll be playing the Milwaukee Bucks and they probably get swept. So yeah, Kyrie, it kind of sucks as well too because obviously you want to go back home, play with one of your best friends and Kevin Durant, but everything gets magnified in the biggest market in New York City. So honestly, if you just keep winning and like he said, if you keep winning takes care of everything. And then when Kevin Durant comes back, the narrative is going to change anyway. So you'll be all right, and hopefully you guys can, get back or maintain your winning ways. Next thing I want to talk about is Kevin Love. So Kevin Love reportedly is open to trade offers. And my whole thing is, he's been doing pretty well this year. Been averaging 16 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. The Cavs are currently standing at 6-19 right now, standing at the bottom of the East at 14. And essentially, I kind of knew he was eventually going to, become trade bait. Their GM knew what they were doing, a couple years ago when LeBron left, they went ahead and inked Kevin Love early. I already knew when LeBron was going to leave, they were going to ink Kevin Love early because at the end of the day, obviously you need to sell tickets. Obviously you need a player there, that's high caliber, who's a vet, who can help you lead as well too. But I already knew from the jump, once LeBron left, that was essentially the end of them being competitive, and I knew they were going to invest in young talent through the draft, and just compile draft picks as well too. So it makes sense because although they're building right now for their future, when they trade Kevin Love, they're going to get even more pieces as well too. So Kevin Love said his preferred destination would be Portland. I think that would be a good look as well too. You know, he's still a guy that's an all-star caliber player. Great rebounder. Great on the the pick
Very
and
good
pop.
offensively.
Great vet experience as well too. Battle tested with the king and can space the floor as well. So I think he'll definitely help shake up some things. Obviously, Portland right now is at an all-time low. Even though Melo came back, is doing what he has to do. He's still you still need more. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're in the West as well too. Rodney Hood went down with an Achilles injury. Nurkic still battling that leg injury. I don't know when he's coming back. I don't know what the timetable is for his return as well too. So they're looking pretty depleted. So my thing, I was looking at the salaries side by side comparisons, and realistically, he could go to the Portland Trailblazers. He has a couple years. I think he has 2 or 3 years left on his contract. And the way trades work is you have to essentially match that salary. So if you look side by side with Kevin Love and with Hassan Whiteside, you can flip it just like that with one more piece that's like worth $500K to about $1 million. So that could work out. My thing is, like, obviously Portland is like in the 9th to 10th place right now, but it's like Hassan Whiteside is such a good defensive presence for the Portland Trailblazers. My thing is, like, you're gonna lose that, but do you think it's worth it? But at the same time, are you banking on Nurkic coming back soon as well too? Like, what are your thoughts about Kevin Love as a player? Do you think he's gonna get to Portland? If not, where else would you see him playing?
Of course, Kevin Love as a player is very proven. I've been watching some of his game, and he hasn't really missed a beat. He does everything that he's gonna do. He's giving Rudy Gay the sauce right here, but Kevin Love is a competitor. Great on the offensive end. He doesn't do anything out of his nature. Just is an efficient basketball player. Do I see him getting to Portland? Not super quickly. And watch me say he's not gonna get it super quickly. And tomorrow they freaking trade for him. But I don't think
I'll be mad as hell.
Yeah, like what?
Damn, pre-recorded tape.
I know pre-recorded. Oh shit! But
gotta release this joint ASAP.
I know. We back in the booth recording over it. Why it sound like that? Why it sound like that? It's all good to that part. But yeah. So I don't see it happening super fast for me anyway. I don't have NBA foresight. I'm trying to gain it. I don't see the Cavs wanting Hassan Whiteside.
I mean,
either.
the thing is though, like I said, you can trade. So you can give up like a draft pick. You can give up Hassan Whiteside for Kevin Love, and like I said, another player.
If Nurkic
Hassan Whiteside though, this is his last year in the contract, so he'll be off the books next year.
Oh, so
that's a win.
Sign
for the
him,
Cavs.
get him out.
Exactly.
And
his stock's looking pretty damn good right now.
Very true. Very true. From a defensive standpoint, though, I take Hassan Whiteside.
Oh, for sure.
I think they have enough firepower. Because Kevin Love's essentially a less ball heavy. This is very metaphorical. A less ball heavy Melo. He's a stretch forward. Forward. So I don't know. I really don't know on this one. I don't know if Portland wants him as bad or needs him as bad.
Yeah,
they need a piece, but they don't need him as bad. They could maybe try to wait it out. They've been a little bit on the upturn with Melo being there, getting some games here and there. They're not where they want to be, but I'm going to say that Kevin Love will be gone. I'm not going to bank on the Portland Trailblazers, but I think it's a pretty good possibility that it could happen if the Portland Trailblazers want him. They want to play it like that. It's just they still need a defensive presence. They need Nurkic back. And, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and the Cavs owe it to him, man. Because it's a shit show over there right now. Yeah. So, Portland would be nice. Miami would be nice. Boston would be nice. Damn near any team that's competing would be nice. But I think Portland would be the best fit for him as well, too. Next thing I want to talk about is Gordon Hayward finally came back from his hand injury.
Please stay healthy.
Yeah, please stay healthy. Please stay healthy. So he came back. It's been 3 games. Before injury, he was averaging basically like 17, 5 and 4. 18, 5-4 now within his 3 games, 14 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. My whole question for you is with him coming back now and them looking like they're at full strength, do you think they can make a push
Yes.
and actually, potentially make it to the conference finals/finals?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Yes. There's this, the firepower is like really ridiculous on this team. Just from that's what you think about when you think Celtics. You just think weapons. A team that plays defense, that hustles on the ball. They have a fearless leader in Kemba Walker. Right now, they have Gordon Hayward. They have Jason Tatum. They have Jaylen Brown, as well as the.
Jaylen Brown's playing great, by the way. I was kind of shitting on him a little bit, like, yo, why y'all pay him that much money? But he's actually playing up to his bread.
He's getting his bread, dude, and they have a very deep bench. Joel Embiid's soft though. Soft. But yeah, just the Celtics and Raptors for me up there in the East.
Yeah,
that's how it goes. Because the Sixers have broke my heart for the last time.
My thing is, like, the only thing that I'm worried about if they play the 76ers in a series or they play the Bucks in a series is their size. Yeah. Obviously, they have the wing play out the ass. But it's like you got Taco, you got Enes Kanter, and what's the white dude's name? The starting center they have right now? I don't even know his name. No disrespect to anything. I just don't know his name. But it's like, will that be their Achilles heel?
Size can be. It can be. If played like that, playoffs are
Al Horford.
The playoffs are a little bit of a slower game too.
Yeah.
So regular season's played a little bit more fast paced. When you get into those really when it comes down to situational half court basketball, that big man presence is huge. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a test of wits. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Definitely see. Another thing I want to talk about, I haven't really been paying attention
to the Hornets.
Devontae Graham has been OD this year.
Kid was OD in college though too.
I didn't really watch him in college. What college he went to Kansas?
Yeah,
okay.
I'd look him up when he went off for what 50, 40?
46.
46, 50. It's damn near 50 points.
Crazy.
What 6 threes?
Yes, 7 threes.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, bro. So last season he averaged 40. He played 46 games, averaged 4 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound. Only played 15 minutes. And this season, he's played a total of 27 games, started 17 of them, just got inserted into the lineup not too long ago. He's averaging from 4 points, he took a leap to 20 points per game, 8 assists, 3 rebounds, and he's shooting 43% from 3, 80% from the free throw line as well, too. So obviously you have people who are in consideration for most improved. You have your Brandon Ingrams of the world. You have your Pascal Siakam of the world. You got your Kelly Oubre. And you got Luka Doncic as well, too. And then you got Graham. Do you think he is the runaway most improved player right now?
Between him and Brandon, yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
He's killing the game, but I mean,
is he a point guard? Like, is he?
He's
combo.
He's a strong combo. He's playing more of the point guard role because Terry Rozier wants to score a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Then he wants to distribute the ball, so he's gonna be their primary ball handler. He reminds me, and it's weird because I'm going from top down. Yeah. He kind of reminds me of the kid Powell from Seton Hall. That's a beast.
Norman Powell. Powell's still in college, right?
Yeah, he's still in college. But if you ever get a chance, he's Seton Hall. He's a beast, and he kind of shoots like him too. But no, this kid long at 6'2".
They drafted him, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Or did they trade to get him? I think it was something with
shout out to MJ.
Maybe somebody picked for him or something like that. But nah, kid, he's hooping. I think it comes down to a little bit more touches. Maybe he didn't have as much as when Kimba was there.
Yeah.
But Terry Rozier is definitely he wants to be off the ball. And he's shining for it. I mean, granted, the Hornets aren't good. I don't know to do that, but the Hornets aren't good right now. They have a whole bunch of college superstars, and he's emerged as one of them. So hey, we'll see. I don't perceive the Hornets being good until they figure whatever else in the front office. But
we'll get rid of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, they probably should do that.
Yeah, I mean, they're 9th in the East right now. In the East, anything's possible. 12 and 16 right now.
Behind them?
Orlando, and Brooklyn right now. You know.
Orlando and Brooklyn will get Charlotte out of the way.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Charlotte's not
Honestly, like Orlando had so much hype last year too, and
they lost their coach too.
You say what?
They lost their coach.
They fired him?
No, he went to the Cavs.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
I'm not the Cavs. He went to the Lakers. He was coaching over there.
No, he wasn't. Frank Vogel wasn't coaching.
He wasn't.
No, he took a break.
He took a break.
Yeah,
Okay.
he took like a 2-year break.
Okay, then I stand corrected.
Mm-hmm.
We have to record over that. No, but yeah. So Orlando's getting them out of the way.
Yeah.
They're
honestly,
and Brooklyn
for the A seed, I would want the Detroit Pistons to make it just for
Derrick Rose
and Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. Like, how? And you're like, yo, Dwayne Casey, like, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm about to pull up on you, bro. Like, y'all should be in the playoffs right now in the East, AC, but it's so early.
Yeah.
And like I said, in the East, you can be 40-42, losing record and all, and still make the playoffs. That's why eventually in the future we need to reseed everything. Just do clean slate 1 through 16. We'll see where it goes. Traveling. I travel all the time. Fans got to see that joint.
Give the 9th for AFC the higher draft pick.
For sure. Last thing I want to touch up on are my top 5 candidates for the MVP race. Starting at number 5, I got AD. The reason why I have AD is because he's kind of, essentially put the world on notice of what he can do. He's in a smaller market, and he's essentially one of the engines for the Los Angeles Lakers. Defensive presence is phenomenal. He's probably going to be the defensive player of the year, honestly, and he's a force to be reckoned with on the offensive end as well, too. Number 4, I got James Harden, scoring machine. It's kind of... With him, I'm kind of taking things for granted. I gotta really appreciate the moment.
Yeah,
this dude is just a walking bucket, bro.
Like
he's a walking bucket. I need to really appreciate his greatness. He's been going off of 50 like this whole week, averaging 50 this whole week.
That's kind of crazy.
And the Rockets are still trying to get in sync with him and Russell Westbrook as that dynamic duo. Obviously, they've been battling some injuries with.
He gallops down the floor.
What's his name? Eric Gordon and what's the light skinned dude's name? Gerald Green going down as well, too. So they'll figure it out, but we really got to appreciate it. He just passed Paul Pierce on the all-time three-point list. He's probably going to finish top 5 amount of threes he be jacking up. Bro. But appreciate him a lot. Number 3, got Luka Doncic. How old is he again?
Luka's 21.
21 years old.
21.
Literally helped turn around the franchise alongside with, Mark Cuban, the GM. Shout out to him. And, him bringing in Kristaps Porzingis, who is not even at his peak yet. He just came off an injury, but Luka is doing great right now. You can't even compare him to anybody. He's himself. Right now, they're 3rd in the West, 17-7, and I knew they were going to fight for its seed. I remember a couple episodes ago, we were like, yo, who you think is going to be top 8? We had them fighting for the 8 seed. Now it's looking like they're going to be a 3 or 4 seed. Clearly.
That's scary.
Yeah, very scary.
That's actually scary.
It's actually scary, and they're going to be a tough out, too. And that, at number 2, I got Giannis. He's better than he was last year. Best record in the East. And, you got to respect his three-point shot and the fact that they lost Malcolm Brogdon. And they also lost, what's that dude's name? Mirotic as well, too. He's putting the team on his back right now. I know his back is hurting him right now. So, it looks like he wants the throne, and he's about to try to get that. And number 1, LeBron James, year 17, 26, 8, and 10. It's actually ridiculous how he's still one of the best players. He's still the best player in the NBA. Like I was saying, Kawhi and whatnot. Obviously, load management, yada yada. But like LeBron's to be in his 17th year and look like he hasn't lost a step, and it looks like he's improved defensively, is kind of scary.
Yeah, he's trying defensively.
So those are my top 5 picks for the MVP race. Ladies and gentlemen, this was episode 66 of the Seezus Show. Thank you, Trey, for coming back.
You already know.
Here. I know you're a busy man as well, too, but I appreciate you always making time and putting your energy and effort into everything.
It's all love.
Make sure to subscribe on all forms of social media. Trade XSIV, Search Seezus, and the Seezus Show as well. Still available on all major platforms. So do yourself a favor, go check that out. We out.
Deuces.